Islam Moors, peace, love, and hotep. Canaanland Moors Tuesday class. We gotta escape today, so figured might as well use the time. Because a lot of stuff going on right now. A lot going on. Islam to all the Moors worldwide. You already know. You already know. You see what's going on. You already know. It is denationalization time right now. It is King Alfred Plan execution time right now. They're not playing no more. There's somebody else just got shot the other day. They're not playing around right now. So it's not about, you know what I mean, listening to these crazy people talking about, you know, you're off the grid and go in the woods or whatever. If you live in northwest of Mexico, you know that there's fiat dollars going around, right? The fiat dollar that's never been changed ever, you know, big face, small face, crap like that, right? The one has a pyramid on it, and it's recognized as the Great Seal. It's not a secret. Just go Google it. The Great Seal. All right? That's something that all these so-called people out here marching, whatever like that, have in their pocket every day. They have that. Give that. See that. And are completely disconnected from the fact that that's theirs. They never ask the question, why is a pyramid, which is supposed to be in Africa, on so-called U.S/American currency, fiat notes, debt notes, whatever you want to call them, identify them as. Over here, though, this is not an African government that came over here. This is over here. They're saying that there's a seal that's a pyramid called the Great Seal. Documented fact, nobody could dispute it. No one could dispute it. The Great Seal. And there's a pyramid. And we told people, go back and watch Indiana Jones and know that Indiana Jones is a story of Kincaid who found all the stuff in the Grand Canyon. But, you know, Indiana Jones is just a movie. Romancing the Stone is just a movie. It's fiction. Because they're looking for black stuff. And they're not going to find any anywhere. Haven't, never will. But they just keep allowing themselves to get shot up. Send their child out there with a BB gun to get shot up. Don't talk about, oh yeah, you know, the white man killed that little black boy. No, dumbass parent, wherever he got the BB gun from, that dumbass right there, that let him have access to a BB gun, 12-year-old, and be outside with it, knowing that their so-called white man's killing people just for resisting. But he's on a 12-year-old out there with a BB gun. And nobody's not questioning those crazy people that let a 12-year-old have a BB gun on the street by himself. How come nobody else is around with him in this park with this BB gun? How come in the Walmart, everybody's out the Walmart except this youth man walking around with a machine gun replica? Nobody else around in the store? Nobody working? Does nobody work at this store? How come he's just walking around the store with a goddamn gun? Just walking around the store with a gun. Nobody never, like nothing. Same thing, you know, Skittles. You go buy Skittles 8 o'clock at night or whatever. And then people's gonna go buy Skittles and buy iced tea. Talk about protests. Shut the fornication under consent of the king up and proclaim your nationality. Stop playing around. Stop playing around. So that's what we're gonna do now. Fornication under consent of the king. You, all of you, all of you, if you don't have a nationality. If you want to tell me that you're everything except you're more, and your feet are are moving up and down, whether it's in vehicle, on bus, walking, riding, parachute, hang gliding, I don't care. If you're doing it in this land, anywhere from Alaska to Peru, know that you're in the Moroccan Empire and you better be a Moor out here. You have no jurisdiction, black guy, Hebrew Israelite guy, Nation of Islam guy, whatever you guys want to call yourself. All your so-called leaders came and told y'all that you're Moors, and you're still playing around picketing and marching. How come all you guys who have guns out there don't go shoot up some of these police stations? The revolution and all that. You got guns. You got registered whatever. You got guns right now. No Jawali told the Moors don't carry a pocket knife. Not even that. So, I mean, Moors do whatever, but, you know what I mean? We have a prophet. And he said, don't carry nothing, not even a pocket knife. We don't need that. We need gats and artillery and shit like that. You're not social security administration. You need hollow point bullets and stuff like that for what? You're national. This is your land. That's why we don't pay taxes. We don't pay taxes because we have a card, show a card. Yeah, that's why you don't pay taxes. No, because they know that the so-called dark-skinned people are the true Aboriginal indigenous people, period. They know that. No secrets. Oh yeah, in Islam to Brother Dolo, keep throwing up all those Masonic stuff and putting all their stuff on blast. Just like how, so-called Dr. York used to do. Well, because, he took an oath or whatever, he tried to push it like some African ancient order of the Egyptian Masonic black crap. That's plagiarism. How come Seti's not talking about those plagiarism there? You want to be black Masons when they have a birthright that they don't want. They don't want to recognize Noble Drew Ali. But don't worry, just keep getting shot up. They're just getting younger and younger. You know what I mean? Soon you're going to start seeing the little sisters or whatever pregnant or whatever, 12 years old and stuff. Don't worry. Everything's coming for you people. Want to play around like there's no Allah and there's no prophet that came and told you stuff that you're supposed to be. You would not listen to what the prophet said. You're going to listen to all this other stuff, but you're not going to listen to what the prophet said. You're gonna backtalk and try to punk off people who are trying to tell, the masses that, hey, stop playing around. Shut the fornication under consent of the king up and proclaim your nationality. You're Moor. If you don't want to, that's cool. Don't worry, you don't have to. We're not begging anything. We're not begging people to, oh yeah, come to the temple, give out flyers, 100 flyers, print up all these flyers, give out all these flyers, and one person come with all those flyers you gave out. Who's printing up flyers ever again? For what? What we printed flyers for? Promote what? 87 people on the email thing, right? And majority of those people are in the back studying. And I know because they linked me on the one-away. That's how you know that, there's Moors out here. There's Moors that link me on the one-away. That they might not come to class, nothing. But they're not out there trying to claim no house or nothing like that. They're trying to understand what this nationality and birthright thing is. Because, they were talking to this guy at his work. And, he said nationality to him. And, obviously, it's always a European who verifies stuff. The European looked at him, asked him about what does he know about nationality. He's not supposed to know that. We're not even going deep into anything. Just that alone. What do you mean nationality? You're not supposed to know about that. Caught European off guard. Just by talking about nationality. That is work. You guys have a totally different relationship now too. Just picked up at the house and stuff like that. A European. Two people say, oh, yeah, the devil, and kill him, he eats pork. And they're doing more to assist this madness going out here than these jokers lying in the street talking about their protesting, dying. You lie in the street and tell me that that's doing something to stop killing, and then you have these other idiots who think that their school of thought is superior to more science. You stupid! Your school of thought is more science. And if it stop your stiff-neck, hard-head ways like Noble Drew Ali told you that you had back in 1913, told you that you had those damn ways that you don't want to let go of, crab in the bucket, stupid mentality or whatever. You're trying to blame the white man when it's you idiots. You don't want to go get the bucket hat. But you have every other hat out there. You're going to buy all types of fucking hats. But you're not going to have a national headwear. Like everybody else out here, right? Just like everybody else is coming up, for Ferguson, Tokyo, for Ferguson, Nigeria, for Ferguson. Nobody not talking about black, brown people. But nah, they don't want to get it. Moors just talk shit. Forget Moors. Okay. Right? So, Moors, you already know it's on. You know what I'm saying? You already know that we got this. Regardless of whatever people want to say, well, you still pay taxes, and you still have a passport, and you still, how could you be a Moor and you still have Noble Drew Ali said this is divine and national, if you didn't get the point. So proclaiming your nationality isn't just some physical crap, have a card or whatever. It's a card, right? It's just card. That's all, right? Just paper. You know what I mean? Not nothing special or whatever. Just paper. That's all. Right? Don't listen to these people that are trying to convince you that what we're talking about is some Moorish sect thing over here that, has nothing to do with the world. The world knows about this. Why do you think Noble Drew Ali said he's universal and all that? Because the world knows about this. This is not some black shit that just came up in the 19 whatever because black people were slaves and they needed to get out of that situation, so a guy started an organization so that he can help these people. That's not what this is. If you think that this is what this is, it's not that. And anybody pushing that this is that, they're down with the Negro, black, colored, everybody else who's trying to divert you from how easy it is. Just be more. I know Drew Ali told more. Just be yourself. Don't be something else. Well, yeah, and we're just gonna get a tea because soapbox people like to stand on the street and film stuff and then put it on YouTube, talk about they're in the community doing something. Shut the hell up. You're not doing anything. You're standing on the street corner, you're a bum. What are you standing on the street corner? Why don't you build something? At least we have a temple to go to where there's stuff on the wall that someone could come in and pick something off. Instead of coming standing up in front of you clowns, hearing y'all babble dabble about things that have nothing to do with anything that's going to help these people out here. At least we're not forced to pay some taxes by some foreigner. And then you talk about you have no money. How about stop paying taxes? How about that? How about just stop paying taxes, see how much money you save? Matter of fact, how about everybody who doesn't have a nationality, right, and who thinks that this is just crap or whatever, right? Add up all the taxes, get all your bills, right? Get all your bills that you have. You have the little bifold shit with all the bills in there. Go get all the stuff, add up all the tax, and tell me if you wouldn't want to not pay that amount that you get after you add up all the stuff. And then every time you go make a purchase, check the receipt and just see how much they're actually taken from you. On top of you paying for the stuff, which you're not supposed to be paying for, because everything's already paid for, because if it's a debt system, then everything's paid for. Everybody just IOUs everybody. And, it still continue doing the books, change the books, make the stuff look good or whatever, and, society function. But with everybody having a nationality, remember that this is a jurisdiction that is occupied by somebody foreign from here. Somebody foreign from here is occupying the jurisdiction above Mexico. And the people whose land this is, they're lying in the street, talking about they're protesting something that they're getting from individuals that they perceive have some type of authority. When they don't have any authority to say that they're police or whatever, put up a barricade or nothing like that, they're Europeans, majority of them. And anybody who looks like you that works for them, they're European too. Because they're a ward of either the state or the crown. And that's their status. If you have a nationality, then hey, you're not a ward. If you don't have a nationality, you want to pay black, Negro, colored, Hebrew, nation, God, earth, and all that stuff as your identity, you're a ward of the crown. Stop fronting. You got a social security or something like that. No rights reserved on it. You got a driver's license, no rights reserved on it. Credit cards, bank accounts, whatever, no rights reserved on it. And it's not in the name that you have on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. It's some European name, colonizer name, that you, the individual who has all these documents on them, want to pretend like, you know yourself when you don't even have a nationality. And then you're trying to convince me that what I'm saying about the Canaanites isn't legit, and what you're saying about the Hebrews is legit, when you don't have a status. How you have no status and you're making claims? How's Deion Sanders gonna sue Pilar Elde? He's a ward. A ward can't sue a natural and put that name on the suit papers. That a ward, right? Remember, Dred Scott, plaintiff in error. A ward is suing a natural person, right? People are getting lynched, shot up, whatever, in many different ways than just shot up in the street, right? If you have your mortgage and you're not down to maybe like $10,000 on it by now, you better start talking to some people. If you have a insurance, $600 a month, and you're not questioning, hold on a second. I never got in an accident in about 10 years. You're not paying $600 a month for 10 years. Imagine you didn't have to pay that because you're a national and you have a right to travel. You don't need no goddamn $600 every month for insurance. How about $600 one time for the year? Like, all you're doing is covering if I hit something. And 99% of the time, unless I'm, blind or, behind the wheel with 2 4s and, all of them are open, I'm not getting no accident, nothing like that. Oh yeah, don't forget natural hurricane just happened to happen and, you crashed the car or whatever. I think $600 will cover that. But no, they want to play games. Understand the game. Understand the game. No nationality means no rights. No nationality means you get shot up, you get choked out. And then because more science, right? Words are power. You start talking about, you know what I mean, I cannot breathe or whatever like that. When you're breathing, don't be surprised, you know, stuff starts happening to you. Because if you look at this from you know, because the so-called Hebrew Israelites out here, right? They claim that we worship Baphomet and all this type of stuff. No, we don't worship Baphomet. You know, we recognize that that's more science, right? So we study it. So it's more science. If you want to think that it's evil, occult, whatever, because some European said that, hey, go right ahead. He's the Edomite according to y'all. He's the devil. If you're gonna listen to him, he said that that's occult, devil worship, whatever. So if you're gonna listen to that, he's the devil though, but you're not gonna listen to your brother tell you that that's our sciences. Yeah, Hebrew sciences as well is Baphomet, but you're gonna diss that, right? So when we use the occult for what it's for, right? We recognize that, damn, you can't just go out there and say, you know, this ends today and just stop right there. Because you just hexed yourself. If somebody who, you know, knows the science and, you know, they realize, hey, ball's in their court. Oh, all right, free reign, you're not going to take that back. So you're just going to give us the window to do whatever right now. Okay, fine. And they took the window. You're going to give little boy a BB gun to go play in the park as an adult? You're going to do that? Or was that some type of setup or whatever? Because, you know, remember, nobody was around. You know, somebody called or whatever. Guy with a gun, he's 12. And people are going to lay in the street again. Just keep the tally of how much people get shot. Just keep the tally of how much it keeps happening. Somebody gets shot by a police. Somebody gets shot by a police. Just keep the tally. You know what I mean? Somebody said, I can't remember, but let's see if when Christmas time comes, they'll be laid in the street. Let's see. Let's see. When it's time to say Jesus' birthday or lay in the street, let's see. How much laying in the street's going to be going on. You know. And if they get through that, then that means that they know that that's a fraud. Why they been following that for 25 years? If you're going to lie in the street, supposed to celebrate your Christmas, that you know your God brought you that or whatever. And just like that, you're going to lie in the street one year, so you know what, forget that. We're not celebrating that. We're going to go lie in the street because these pigs, these white men with police officers and all this type of stuff, don't even know what you're talking about. Giving them all the jurisdiction to do everything that they're doing to you. Just because words are power. Giving them jurisdiction to shoot your children in a park because your dumbass wanted to go give him a BB gun. Bought him a BB gun, whatever. You know? Same thing. Right? You think all these guys who set this up, because remember, it's rap music that did this. Keep in mind, it's rap music that did this. Not hip hop, rap music did this. Right? Not gangster rap, you know what I mean? Because I listen to mad Cool G rap. That was my gangster rapper, personally. Forget Eazy-E and all those guys or whatever. Dre and whoever. 8Ball or whatever. Forget all those guys. G-Rap. That's gangster rapper. And you know, I never shot up nobody. So influence wasn't there for me to have my pants down here and be what he said on his music. I mean, so rap music caused all this madness. You has a gun a replica gun that looks like a real gun. And then remember, that's not the first time you heard that. How much times you heard that? Oh, yeah, that guy got shot because, well, you know, they weren't marching and picketing back then. You know, they were lying in the street and stuff like that. You know, but now they can block highways. And they're being defiant or whatever. Yeah, that's insurrection. A couple more of y'all gonna get shot up just because, right? Just because. People think it's a game. Like, people think people getting shot up is a game. Right? The guy who taped the freaking Eric Garner got indicted. You think that this is a game that they're running? People talk about, yo, Moors talk. Moors don't know what they're talking about. They say Islam, and you know what I mean? When people are getting killed left, right, and center. Why? Because they don't have a nationality. They're stateless wards of the crown. King Alfred plan is in full effect. Poor whites, you just saw the student demonstrators get their ass kicked in Berkeley or whatever, right? You just saw it just happen. This is some students now. The Europeans even getting it. How come? Oh, because they want to be white people. Not free white person. They want to be white people. And then dummies who don't study are going to relate white man with free white person and think they're the same. And try to make it sound like Moors are trying to be down with the white man by saying we're a free white person. Shut the hell up, stupid idiots. Free white person is because of the Moors bloodline that runs through all those people that they're mentioning there. To show that the Moors are the superior race. And that free white person does not mean Caucasian, European, Indo-European, none of those ones. So don't even try to attach it. It's not even attachable. In the definition of free white person, it's telling you don't attach white man, Caucasian, and all that crap to this. But nah, they're gonna go there, and then people are gonna run that. Go downtown and go ask them questions for them to quote you some BS. And they don't have a nationality. How come Buddhists don't have a soapbox? I don't see y'all dissing Buddhists. I don't see Buddhists out there on a soapbox at Dundas and Young talking about, yeah, you have to be part of the Buddhist religion because, you know, the Buddha came and they're doing that. They got stuff to do. They're not stupid people. I don't see the Sikhs out there. How come the Sikhs aren't out there on a soapbox trying to convince Sikhs to be Sikhs because they're Sikhs or whatever? Because that's nationality. Hebrew Israelites not no nationality. Get the hell out of here. That's not nationality. Garveyite's not a nationality. Garveyite. Like there's somewhere in the world called Marcus Garvey land, and you're from there. You're a Garveyite? That's your nationality? You're a fool. Your soul's perfect though. So you know what I mean? Don't get mad, burn all my stuff. Your soul's perfect, and we're trying to cultivate your soul with this information so that you can see this for yourself. Because if you can't see this for yourself, then go get shot up or whatever. Yeah, keep buying your children guns and stuff like that because you're asking for it. You're consenting. You get off my soapbox. We ain't no niggas, brother. Kwame Sincere. If you never heard about it and read it or whatever, you know, go check. Yeah. We ain't no niggas. Those guys want to, conscious guys. And yeah, niggas is Nagas, so we're niggas. Yeah, yeah, right. So when you're, page 97. So when your teachers told you Columbus discovered America and people thought the world was flat, what they really meant was Columbus was the first European to make it close to America, and European people thought the world was flat because they taught you from the dominant European perspective. No consideration was given to ancient Africans and their seafaring expeditions during your world history course, despite the fact that Khufu's solar barge is currently housed in an African museum. Ancient Africans were sailing even prior to Khufu's time. All you chematologists and all this stuff think you're hype because you have some pyramids in Kenya. It ain't nothing. It is illogical for one to believe Europeans were able to overcome the Africans' 4,000-year head start on nautical experience and reach the shores of North America before ancient Africans. And, right, so on top of us though, and it was downright disrespectful for the curriculum to direct your third grade teacher to teach you such a concept. Even worse, your teacher did not tell you about all the ancient African artifacts and European sailors' documentation, which serves as evidence Africans reached North and South America years before Europeans. The most prominent evidence being African stone statues left in Mexico and surrounding areas. The most prominent series of these artifacts are the massive Olmec stone heads. One is pictured below. We'll just show you that picture so you can see. Right? The Olmec heads of the Africans that came over here to this land way before Europeans, which shatters the slave myth. Shatters the slave myth. So don't talk about slavery anymore. If you talk about slavery, pray to God you don't get shot up. Because you're here before slavery. There, look at you. I know you know somebody looks like him. Don't even front. You know somebody with that nose structure. You know somebody with that lip structure. You know somebody with that chin structure. You know somebody with those eyes that look like that. You know somebody that looks like this. So don't pretend like you're not the Aboriginal indigenous people of this side. You don't need to go to over there. We have over here. Right? Again, which is why it comes up. Right? I'm a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America. I'm a card holding member, right, for this organization, for this religious corporation, right, for this school, the Moorish Science Temple of America in Canaanland. Member, right? And this is my nationality card to politically have me in my jurisdiction as a de jure citizen, not a de facto citizen. That's the difference. So if they say, let me see your license, I'm giving them this. Because I don't have a license. Why? Because when I realized the fraud of the license, I gave them back their license. Because that's your guys' stuff. I don't need that. Send them a nice letter, called it affidavit of fact, writ of dissolution, and put the card with that letter and sent that back to them. That's what I did. That's what made sense for me to do with regard to this thing called a license. Because if I have a nationality card, I don't need a license. Because the main reason that they have the license is for identification, not to drive or to use a boat or to whatever. That's something free that you could do. It's a fraud to be used as a license to drive or to sail a boat. It's a fraud to be used as that. So its purpose is as identification. That's its purpose. Forget if it says driving on it, sailing on it, gun whatever on it. It's for identification. It's to identify that you are that all capital letters name that you see on it. Right? Okay? There's no all capital letters on this. There's no all capital letters. This is not all capital letters. And this wasn't given to me by some de facto corporate government. This comes from my nation. What do you mean your nation? The Moorish nation. What do you mean, what do I mean, what nation? Where are you? You're in Morocco. Anything above Mexico is Morocco. You can believe whatever you want. USA and Texas and New York and Toronto. And this is Morocco. This is Morocco. Prove it. What do you mean prove it? This is Morocco. You don't ask me to prove Big Mac is a Big Mac. You just go with it that, they call it Big Mac, so I guess that's what it is. So what's the issue? Well, you always challenging Moors. You're challenging everything else out there. You're not going as hard for anything else to prove itself. Like people go at the Moors to prove that we're Moors. And majority of Moors are at the point where all they do is study. That's their going off the grid. Their going off the grid isn't, oh yeah, I'm going up in the woods because, system's about to crash and you got your knapsack and they're off the grid. Adepts, like true faithful Moors of Noble Drew Ali, they're off the grid is studying when you don't hear from Moors. Because that's part of the orders. Study, study, study. When you're done studying all that, and you ask me what to study next, I would reply, study yourself. So you're still studying, always studying, constant studying. If you don't want to, nothing personal. But, studying is what Prophet laid down for the Moors to do. Like, it's not idol worship. I said study. So, okay. Guess you gotta study. Simple. Why? Because that's a prophet. Everybody has one that came to them. Everybody has one that came. The people who are saying, oh yeah, Tokyo for Ferguson, they have a nationality, they have a prophet. Guaranteed. Go check. And it's not some prophet that you ever heard about. It's a prophet in Tokyo that only those people recognize as the prophet to them. Right? That's like, somebody had something on Facebook with so-called Asian, right? With an afro talking about, oh yeah, no way, that can never be an afro. Prove that that's an afro. What are you talking about? Prove that it's an afro on a Chinaman. What are you talking about? He's Asiatic. He's not a yellow guy. He's fam. Like, he's not no enemy or whatever like that. He has an afro. Natural. Natural. Afro. Like looking like a Chinaman. looking like one. Not like, I mean, kind of looks like us or whatever, like a Chinaman with an afro. Like a real afro. And we were talking about that's wigs or whatever. Denying their birthright. Because he's repping some hip hop, whatever, breaking. You find me somebody out here who's not old school that knows about breaking or whatever. They know nothing about b-boying. Nothing. Like you talk about the same school where I'm at. It's the same vibe. You know what I mean? The Asians that at a lunch they're in the hall breakdancing. Two of them, just them. Black guys are out bunning weed or whatever. Going to a pizza or go buy their pork or whatever. And then these guys are there breaking. Want to know about Beach Street? Like Chinaman. Don't forget, it's a high school that I'm at right now. High school I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you know what I mean, university or whatever. High school. You want to know about breaking movies. Because why? Because they have the G. And everybody has the G. Can't escape it. That's why we don't want to kill crackers and stupid stuff like that. Hey, kill crackers. You stupid? Yeah, kill white people. Kill Europeans. What are you talking about? How about get a nationality? Stop playing around stupid stuff. How about proclaim your nationality and see how equal this shit is? Like how like eye to eye it is once nationality comes up. That's not even playing around. Immediately all that black Negro civil rights stuff stops immediately, no, not even part of the discussion. This is just with everyday European. We're not even talking about elite or whatever. We're talking about a European on the bus. Either the nationality to him or whatever. And you'll be sitting there for hours talking about some stuff that you wouldn't even know that he's on. Because we lost ourselves. Lost. Lost ourselves. And the only thing that we have is nationality. That's it. All the church and all that stuff is done. Everything's done. The only thing left is what Noble Drew Ali brought. Because remember, everything else that our people cling on to, everything else that they cling on to, right, is not homegrown. Everything is foreign. Everything that they say, yes, we're going to use this as the whatever, to get ourselves out of the whatever, is foreign. Openly foreign. Not even hiding the fact that it's foreign. And they would rather do that than consider for 5 seconds what the Moors are saying. 5 seconds. Let's consider something. Everybody want to reply fast. Say something they want to reply fast. Shut the hell up. Think about what I just said. Don't answer back because, you know what I mean? Like spirits are in you and stuff like that. We're trying to ward these spirits out of people. We were talking about talk to them on the street. Like you talk to people on the street, cars passing by, whatever. They're not paying no attention to you on no goddamn street. They're paying attention to. Right? That's why we have somewhere where they can go and sit down and think. Sit down and think. And digest what the Moors are saying. everything that the Moors are saying is right and exact. I don't care what has been put out on Moors that appeared negative. This is still right and exact. Why? Because it's nationality. It's not a Moors thing. It's nationality. It's you being tied to a nation, right? And continually bring up the fact that all these people know. Right? All these people know. Ain't no way. There's no way that Elijah Muhammad, Fard Muhammad, in 1930 could start the Temple of Islam and have fezzes, but weren't directly involved with the Moorish Science Temple of America before 1930. There's no way. The only individual, the only individual in the Americas to tell these people who they call right now today Negro, black, colored people, whatever, the only person to tell them who they really are was Noble Drew Ali. The only person to tell them. Everybody else playing games, using code names, say nation sometimes, and like, say Africans, and play this game instead of just saying what it is. So that people could at least just consider nationality, right? John Henry Clark put it on the record. Black's not no nationality. Negro's not nationality, right? That you need to have a nationality. All these people honor him. Honor him. I mean, come again, the casket carriers. So you don't have a nationality? Well, a man told you that black's not a nationality. He's turning in his grave right now because y'all didn't get the message. Garvey turning in his grave because y'all didn't get the message that when Drew Ali visited him, that's how he got out of prison. But they still had jurisdiction, right? Because contract makes the law. Contract makes the law. And they had Garvey on contracts. So they got him. Mail fraud, all that. Because of contracts. How are they able to trump it up? Because they had to have some contract. And that contract became the law that they used to deport him. Because if he didn't get deported, he was nationalizing. Because he got trained by Deuce Muhammad Ali, who was a Sudanese Moor. Marcus Garvey was trained by Deuce Muhammad Ali. He didn't just work for a newspaper. He was trained in the realm of nationality. That's why he always spoke about nation all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah, message is good, but even he got corrupted with the same, prophet's fame and nobility. And then they're gonna talk about, Deuce Muhammad Ali had something to do with that, and then again, dissing the Moors, like the Moors did something. There would be no Marcus Garvey wasn't for Deuce Muhammad Ali. There would be nobody called Marcus Garvey if it wasn't for Deuce Muhammad Ali. You know what I mean? Like, it was him that read the stuff at the funeral. Like, what do you mean he did? He didn't honor him and all that. So everybody knows what's up, right? You know, there's no way that there's so much emphasis on, because of some verses in a song, right? That J Electronica is labeled the more right now. He doesn't have El Bay or whatever. And they call him the more. And people accept that. Oh yeah, but then they're not gonna call themselves more. He's labeled the more right now. That's who he is right now. That's how they talk about him. J Electronica the more. Okay. He doesn't have El Bay or nothing. But they identify him as the more. But he doesn't have El Bay or whatever. So what did that tell you something? No, you know everybody's Moors? But nah, I get it. You know what I mean? FOI wearing feathers with a peak on it. And you're talking about you're not Moors? You're fruits of Islam? And you're muftis? And you have your step competition and you get applause and stuff like that. Think that, you know what I mean? Like, you're repping something? That's not no nation. The reality is, it's a fraud. Why? Because its foundation is more Science Temple. Why don't you just keep the sign up? Why don't you change the names of stuff and be some new stuff? Why don't you stick to the protocol? Why don't you stick to what was laid down by Prophet Noble Drew Ali? Jealous of the fame and nobility that Drew Ali talked about. And all these people sold out the birthright of the Moors. And they want to blame some white man. That doesn't exist. And if there is a white man, it's only a free white person. If there is something called a white man, the only white man that there is a free white person. There's no other white man. Well, other than the great white brotherhood, which is still the Moors, that the Masons hold high reverence to, the great white brotherhood. Everybody thinks that's some Europeans. The European celestial being. The good doctor, Amos Wilson, again, to carry stuff. See, honor this and honor that, but you guys have no honor. Overseers. All these overseers. Ray Higgins, they called him up, but they call him up, but they let Al still hang around, and all these other jokers. When the only representative of these people is Noble Drew Ali, as far as politics or whatever is concerned. That's the only representative for the so-called Negro, Black, Colored nation, African nation, Hebrew nation, whatever they want to call their nation. Their only representative is Noble Drew Ali, and then they deny him and put other people to represent like they have some jurisdiction as wards. Remember, everybody had license. Everybody's parading around, all the old time, Black League or whatever, first black guys to do whatever. All those guys had licenses. Those guys were pushing some 14th Amendment crap, right? Which is how they got jurisdiction and took over. Because if you're not going to be Moors, you're going to be European, then somebody has to be Moors. It's not just going to sit there vacant. And then they assume the position in the seats of authority that isn't theirs and start making claims. No different than people jumping in the seat at the convention talking about they're the prophet. Prophet's back. And everybody's like, oh, yes, he is. There's the prophet. Yay. stupid people. That's why Jolly said it came for the young and unborn, which right now, yeah, that's a good segment. So just for these all these jokers out here who think Moorish nationality is some crap, right? You know, just nothing, you know, um, it serves no purpose. You know, what's nationality gonna do if, you know, the door gets kicked in and, you know, they start talking stupid? I want to put on the record, um, Sister Safian L's essay that she wrote for her grade 12 theory to practice equity and social justice class, right? Just to show you what nationality could do or whatever, right? Now, just to give a little background, sis is family with another sis who's direct family with the brother who, you know, pretty much paved the way for us to even be doing hip hop right now in Canaanland. You know what I mean? S Blank, right? In a group, they had a group called Self Defense back in the day. So this is not just some nobody, you know what I mean, that had this essay to write, and of all the things that she could write about, her perspective made her want to write about the misrepresentation of identity. And through the link, she directly came like, yo, I need to know what this Moor thing is about or whatever. And we just, you know, the usual, send her to RV Bay or whatever and do your thing, right? So this is not some, you know what I mean, people had involvement. Like, this is her stuff, directly her stuff, you know what I mean? So because of this essay right here, you know, we said that we'll help her out with the going to Cambodia. So they have a school trip to Cambodia. So, you know, we said, okay, since you smashed this essay like this, we'll put it out there. Anybody wants to support, you know what I mean? You can send the funds to PayPal, culturaleducators@gmail.com, and the funds go to help the sister go to Cambodia on a school trip. Because you know how the family stuff, you know, the black family situation, you know, you can't pay for stuff. So we'll assist, right? Because, and then you'll see why when you read it. If you want to support, you can support. If not, you know, no hard feelings, nothing. But we're trying to help the sister see the world. All right, so the blacks of America received their freedom in the form of the Emancipation Proclamation issued by Abraham Lincoln on January 1st, 1863. However, has freedom truly been attained? The Moorish community would argue blacks have not attained the freedom they were promised. In fact, blacks, oh, and every time we say blacks, it's in quote unquote, right? Blacks have simply been situated to run in circles. Picture the image of a black or white square. Now take a look at your skin. By now you should start to see where this simple test of logic is going. Think about the darkest person you have ever seen and then imagine this box again. Notice the difference? If your skin does not match the black box, then it is obvious that your skin is not black or white. So such the term black of skin. Black is a brand, and it alludes to servitude when applied to people as an identity. Black is degrading, means civil death, and describes one who is without light. Light in this instant means knowledge. Most importantly, black is an adjective, not a noun, meaning it should not pertain to a human. Why would anyone, for that matter, call themselves black? Why do people on this land blindly use the terms like black people when there is no such people on the planet now, or have ever existed, that have black skin? Why don't these social and political distortions plague other sovereign people or any other nation of people? It should be noted, socially and politically, black implies civil mortus, which means dead in the eyes of law. Many people of the human race have limited consciousness as to what legal complications a displaced word can cause. Misplacing the words such as nigger, negro, black, coon, jigaboo, nigger does foul things to a race of people. It strips them of their identity and legal status in society. In fact, these brands impact the Moorish community socially, politically, morally, ethically, economically, and spiritually. The true identity of the natural people of the Americas are Moors, and have been falsely branded by European colonists as niggers, Negroes, blacks, colored, Afro-Americans, or West Indians. Identity is the quality or state of being shown to be. In law, identity is evidence and proof that a person, object, subject, or idea is exactly the same as claimed or charged to be. Identification in the art or process of showing to be the same as presented. When addressing a person, place, or thing, it is correct to refer to a particular person, place, or thing in proper name. A proper name establishes one's status in society. A name outside of that proper name is called a misnomer. A misnomer is a name which is in error that is unsuitably applied to a person, place, or thing. The same concept is applied to natural persons known as Moors. A Moor is someone who is genetically and ethically descendant of the primogenitors ancestors of all humanity. Moors are often described as dark-skinned, woolly-haired people of the planet who range from dark brown, olive tone hue to light tan olive tone hue, possessing all of the characteristics of the people falsely called black people on the earth today. Before Moors were stripped of their titles, they were wealthy, intelligent, strong people. Most of those who label themselves as black today know they have destined to be powerful because their ancestry, but are not properly educated about their history aside from slavery. The Negro black people, as they are called, in this nation, Western Hemisphere, have no nation to which they may look to with pride. Their history starts with the ending of the Civil War, quote unquote. Every year, since the inception of what should be called a mental slavery, stories are told about slave times and the intense times preceding, but never the history about the people who built the great and wonderful structures documented. Historically, you have the police brutality outbursts that happened in the 1950s, and throughout the 60s with the Black Panthers, the social injustice for Trayvon Martin in 2012, and of course the most contemporary case of Michael Brown shooting this past summer of 2014. Why is it that nothing positive results from these protests and marches for freedom, so-called civil rights and equality? Do people march for yellow and orange rights? The social injustice is the misrepresentation of identity and the outcry for a non-existent society of black people. Black American is not a nationality, nor is it a nation. Therefore, blacks have no powers in the free national constitution that was prepared for all free national beings. Black, Negro, colored, and African Americans are not living people. These tags are politically and lawfully brands that have been put upon Aboriginal indigenous Moors of Morocco, now called America. That one's for all the people who want to say you can't find no information on that. Grade 12 found the information. We're just going to skip down because it's about 10 pages. 10 pages, so you could send the email Canaanland Guide at Gmail, and we'll send it to you so you can take a gander at this, because she goes into Moorish Science Temple, she goes into Noble Ali, um, Olmecs, Christopher Columbus, and she pretty much ends it with I think a lot of excerpts from Divine Warning, right? And then that's a sister just heard about Moors, started coming to the temple and making Hebrews and black power people or whatever look shameful. Look like, why am I even gonna waste time with adults when there's these young people who are inspired. That's why they could get them so quick to go march and picket or whatever. All these sellout agents, you know, that give them the idea that, yeah, this is going to cause whatever, you know, right? Give them that idea, that perspective, that die-ins and coming up with, um, thought-provoking ways to protest is gonna further your cause or whatever. That's gonna get you shot up or something like that. And all they're gonna have is you taped getting shot up. Nobody jumping in to do nothing. All these guns they got, you know. All these guns that they say they got, you know what I'm saying? Conscious people, right? We're not talking about Moors with guns. We're talking about conscious people that have guns. We're not talking about nationalized, proclaimed, declared Moors. We're talking about people out there who are fronting like they know their self, and they figure that white man has weapons, so we need weapons, and they got, whether they went registered, whatever like that, but they got guns. Okay, those people with guns, instead of going to the sit-in or whatever, why don't you go shoot up some stuff? You got guns. Isn't that the talk? Isn't the talk is, let's take these guns and go kill some crackers or whatever? But no, right? I have more respect for the Bloods and the Crips who linked up to say, yo, you guys aren't burning down this store, right? Instead of people lying in the street. All the crack they sold, all the people that they shot up or whatever like that, they linked up to say, hold on a second, yo, no, not this one. You know what I mean? And not that one either. Not that one, because you know what I mean, we got guns too, like. And people not loot those stores. They linked up. Because don't forget, they're taught. Don't forget, the gangbangers know what's up. Don't think they're out to, when people talk, yeah, well, the Moors, and a lot of the Moors are gangbangers because, El Ruckins and whatever like that. Don't get gangbang fool you. Don't get caught up, huh? They didn't deal with nationhood. Their energy is just diverted because of people who took over ranks. Same thing with the prophet, right? You know what I mean? You have Jeff Fort telling these people, about Noble Drew Ali or whatever, Moorish Science Temple, and converting to Moorish Science, proclaiming his nationality, right? Chief Malik El, and then everybody's just pretending like nothing happened. Stay in the nigger stuff. Check the record. Khalid, we already know, right? Kwame Ture and his wife has a fez when they got married. Um, Tell about, everybody still talk about AKA most deaf and all that. You try to make you think that something didn't happen. You know what I mean? Playing anything to get you to not even consider this. And if you're on this, to be tiptoeing on this, like, well, what if nothing? You're more. What if nothing? As soon as what if, there's a little crack, and trust me, fear would squeeze in any crack. Any crack. You have a little crack in your aura because you're not sure about if you're more or whatever like that, and you have Hebrews telling you crap about, those guys worship Baphomet. You know that the Moors worship Baphomet? Yo, the Moors worship Baphomet. They got the star, but it's the right side up now, and whatever like that. And you take them serious? When we're out here, I mean, that every single Moor, dirty whatever, right? Every single Moor can't say that they haven't had an experience to make them not sell this out. Every single Moor, right? Every single Moor. There's no Moor that said out their mouth, I'm Moorish American and that's my nationality. Honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Praise Allah. There's no Moor that talk like that have card or whatever, that would sell this out because they've had experience. Just one. We're not talking about the multiple experiences. There's one experience in their travels of Moorish science that makes this thing be, yeah, this is real. You can't even argue with it. Every other thing there's, pseudo stimulation. You know what I mean? Pseudo inspirational motivation. It's just to make the treadmill go faster and that's it. Like, you're not doing anything. You're not raising anything. Your vibration's not changing. You're still a leech. People sucking off as soon as they just send a letter. And you panicking. As soon as you go in panic mode, bam, they got you. And once they got you, they don't stop sucking. They suck until there's no energy left. That's why you reserve your rights on everything. You want to protect yourself from these vampires, these zombies out here that are all about energy. They don't have to bite your neck to suck you. All about energy. They don't have to bite your neck to suck you. You know what I mean? That's why you're waking up tired in the morning. No energy. I don't have any energy. How come I feel slept for like 8 hours and because vampires sucking. Mad vampires around right now, fronting like people. Fronting like Moors even. Lots. Laying in the street. Having die-ins. Dying. What's the psychology of actually participating in a die-in? Where are you at mentally? Right? Remember, we're talking about people who shut down highways or whatever, walking in front of cars going 100 miles an hour or whatever, right? Shut this highway down. Because the protest. What level are you on? Right? It's not rude when Moors, we're not even, because it's asinine what some of these people are doing. For rights? You didn't do that stuff for rights? And there's all these messages with individuals from other quote-unquote nations telling you that we're not yellow, we're not brown, right? Our nation represents you. Our nation is in solidarity with you, not our color. Every single time, every single time. Remember, the sister's in grade 12. She's in grade 12. And you just go to this website right here, and you just go there, study from there, and you'll get everything you need for your paper. And she did that. And then she came up with that paper. Right? The information sparked something. The information sparked something. She was inspired, and then she got sparked by this thing called Moorish science. And it, like, she would talk about during the Michael Brown thing, being in class like mad because everything is black and white, and that's all. That's all. And she's just there like, this is really what's going on right now. Like, everybody really talks like this. This is how I used to talk. I used to talk like this, and she has a little pocket dictionary or whatever, that she got from the temple, from a little soapbox and stuff like that on the street. You get a building, rent something. You know what I mean? Have some dignity, right? Go through her stuff, looking up words, teacher says stuff, Where do you get that book like that? It's a law dictionary or whatever like that, it's just a etymology dictionary, blah, blah, right? So something happens when, this information is digested. Something happens. And it's only known to those who have eaten. Right? And we already know who's not eating because they don't got nationality. As soon as you ask them. And it's not about trying to convince people, oh yeah, you don't have a nationality? Well, come on down to every Tuesday, it's 8 p.m., you know what I mean? You could proclaim in the front of the... That's not where it's at. It's people knowing that you're Aboriginal and Indigenous right now. You don't have to come anywhere to come do anything. That's later. What you need to do right now is clear up all these cobwebs that you have up here. Because it's dusty. It's dusty. Someone would take down 5 cobwebs and now they're ready to go buy stuff, claim stuff. You still got, you know what I mean? It's like cadets with the little smudge on the boots. You're there for like hours. Got this or whatever. And this man comes find smudge or whatever. Hours polishing. He didn't see any smudge. Asked everybody in the ranks. Nobody seen smudge. As soon as it's time to go check, smudge. Or a little wrinkle on the shirt or whatever. Right? So it's time right now. It's time right now. We're it. If you know that you're Moor and you identify with Moors and that's your nationality, know that you're it. You're on the path. You're on the path that everybody spoke about, that everybody presented. This is it. Because this encompasses everything. Moor science is where it's at. There's nothing beyond Moor science. There's nothing beyond. Why? Because everything is included in it. Everything. Any information as far as the blackness of the universe that can be attained is embodied in Moorish science. Moorish science is everything. People could think, they're gonna diss and whatever like that. That's cool. You know, we talk about them just because people want to be famous and stuff around here. So we'll give them some props. We'll shout them out and stuff like that. And point out all their inconsistencies, right? Because nobody's gonna make me not be a Moor. Can't make me not be a Moor. It's a bloodline. It's a birthright. So can't convince me I'm not a Moor. Can't convince me of that. No matter what videos you find, no matter stuff you find out about Noble Drew joined all these Islamic stuff before he founded the Moorish Science Temple or whatever. Oh yeah, that's good. Glad you're researching. It never dawned on you that all these people went to him. He never went around to all these different stuff. All these people, the heads of all these people said, "Hey, we want to talk to that guy." All of them. Hey, isn't that the? That's him. Oh, we got to get him to join our stuff. Boy, everybody's flipping stuff like prophet. They recognize everybody else who called themselves prophet, but Noble Drew for some reason, nah, he's prophet. All those other guys that's called prophets not fronting. You guys recognize them. Moses, all those people, you guys recognize them. You can't even tell me what he looks like or whatever like that. I can at least show you a picture of Noble Drew. But you're not gonna follow the prophet who you see in front of your face. You're gonna follow some invisible man that you don't even know when his name was Moses. And we know that his name wasn't Moses. We know that he was Egyptian, Kemetic. He's having a Ahmos, Ahmose. That's Moses. Moses is from Kemet. These guys saying that they're Hebrew Israelites. I mean, you honor Moses, but you're not gonna honor Ahmos. He's a pharaoh. That they stole the name from to create Moses. That these guys reading books talking about the prophet and honors to this and that Hebrew whatever. And then you have nothing to do with law, but then there's Hebraic law. And you guys aren't talking about Hebraic law ever? All you talk about is some crap? No, you don't talk about Hebraic law. But you talk about some other crap all the time. And then Moors bring up law, and then it's like, oh, no, guys, the white man stuff. Well, you guys got Hebraic law. And you don't want to deal with the Hebraic law? Hammurabi, all that stuff, that's law. How come you guys not following the law? When Hammurabi is your stuff, Hebrew stuff. No, you don't want to follow that. They make up stuff, they're not Moors. Well, the Moors are really Hebrew Israelites. Right? Well, the Moors Hebrew Israelites. When everybody's Moors. Everybody. Yeah, European. Of course. European sun. Albion. You know this position. It's you conscious coons that want to be boosting him up with his white man and you know what I mean? Giving him all your titles of nobility. Calling him God and calling him, the great sovereign arch commander or whatever. When all that stuff is ours. Moors. Not Africans and whoever else. Moors. And it's going to take a little bit. You know what I mean? But Drew Ali was specific. Raleigh told the Moors that I brought you your name, your religion, and title to your vast estate. What do you want me to do? Kill you? What do you want me to do? Oh, if you don't do anything else, just declare your nationality. Just declare your nationality. That's all. Nah, you want to do that? You want to lie on the street, get shot up, choked out. Continue the pattern over and over and over and over again. Same pattern over and over and over again. Same pattern. Nobody doesn't want to learn, but it's okay. More will be learning. You got sister in grade 12. You got some other Moors out there. They got some children mashing up the place. Right? New Moors coming up right now. They got something coming. Don't worry. Why? Because they understand that this is their birthright. They understand that this is not something given to them. This is what they are, who they are, when they are, where they are. Everything they are is more. They know this, right? Again, the misnomers you'll hear. The misnomers you'll read. Black, colored, African, blah, blah, blah. Anything that you read, change whatever it is in your mind to more. Don't read black and in your mind think black. In your mind at all times, no matter what you're reading, think more. Even if you read what's there. Right? He recognized, talking about Garvey, he recognized, as we must recognize today, that we cannot get self-acceptance through another people accepting us as one of them. Self-acceptance can only be achieved through the self. We must not wait for our enemies to approve of us and to so-called accept us as a way of accepting ourselves. Because, ladies and gentlemen, our enemies, their very lives and very way of life depend on our non-self-acceptance. So accept yourself, you're Moors. Shut the hell up and go proclaim your nationality. Because it's only going to continue. It's only going to continue. Don't forget 9:30 blogtalkradio.com. We got some more. MHHS, eyes wide open. Blog Talk Radio, 9:30. Right? 9:30 Blog Talk Radio. Okay? So we're going in on that show too because people need to get this. And I think it's freestyle day today, so today is going to be pretty live. It's going to be on today. Right? So Islam to all the Moors, peace, love, and hotep. Going on to 9 right now. I mean, I start a little bit early. Get off early. You already know. Break rules around here. We want to say, just continue to study, continue to do what you do. You know what I mean? Because it's already over for these people. And don't forget, go for Grand Sheik, Lord Justice Bay. He's out in Indianapolis. He's got the shirts, the Moorish American shirts. If you need the link, send an email, canaanlandguide@gmail.com. 5 on the left, 2 on the right. Allah, the Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is my protector, my guide, and my salvation, by night and by day, through His holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Islam. Peace, Moors.